Hi everyone, welcome to Pink Tutu Tarot. So today we're looking at how your person feels about you and your relationship right now. Now some of you may be together, some of you may be separated and apart at the moment. It will be addressed in your reading if that is meant to come out. So I've got 3 cards for you. I'm not revealing what's on the other side uh, because I don't want you to prejudge what you think they're thinking. Get into the reading, see if the situation feels like it's yours. If it does, those messages are meant for you to hear. If it doesn't resonate, if the reading doesn't feel like your situation, no big deal. Just go to a different group, watch a different group. So trust that this is a general reading. It's not meant for everyone, and it won't resonate 100% with everyone. So if some things fit, others don't, take what fits. The rest is meant for someone else who's watching. Okay? So choose group 1, group 2, group 3. All you have to do is go down into the description box, click on the timestamp for the group you want to watch, for the reading that you think is meant for you, and it will take you straight there. All right, thanks, y'all. Hey, group 1. So today we're going to take a look at how your person feels about you, about your relationship, kind of get inside their head and see what's going on with them so that you have a little bit of insight into your relationship, into your person. So we'll start with some tarot cards. I've also got some oracle cards here for you. Your first card is the Nine of Wands in reverse. And we have the Chariot. And the Hermit. Let's get some more cards down. Four of Wands in reverse. Seven of Wands in reverse. And Judgment reversed. Okay. Let's pull one oracle card. I've got some other cards that we'll look at in a bit, but let's get at least one of these down. And your card is Lightning. It says sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. Oh, okay. They want me to pull another one, so you get two. All right. Then we have a Boat, and it says receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, and closure issues. All right. Okay. So let's start with these and see what we can find out about your relationship and your person. Give me just a sec while I like to stop and listen for some initial messages for you from Spirit, and then we can get into what's going on here. Before I do, real quick, I like to mention that if you would like a personal reading, one that's just about you, your situation, your relationship, whatever it may be, you can check my website, pinktututarot.com, and see what's available there. Otherwise, I hope this reading brings you what you need, gives you some clarity, some guidance, some insight. If it does, if you get messages that are helpful, if it resonates in any way, I hope you'll consider giving it a thumbs up dropping me a comment down below, subscribing if you haven't subscribed yet. Any way that you feel called to engage, I really appreciate that. It helps me know that our energies are resonating. It does also help the channel grow, and it helps me know that what I'm doing here is worthwhile. So thank you for that. Okay, now give me just a sec while I listen for some initial messages for you. Okay, hold on one sec, y'all. Okay, the first thing I'm hearing is that your person feels ready to move forward in some way. You'll have to take that as it resonates for you and your relationship. They're ready to move forward, sort of take your relationship to the next level or to the next stage. But there's a caution here that I'm getting. So hold on one sec while I understand what that caution is or what that hesitation is. Well, first of all, they're not sure if you are. They're not sure if you are ready. If you are in a place to take things to the next level. Uh, what I'm getting is that in the past, they experienced some loss, heartbreak, could have been, just a long relationship that ended badly. It could be a loss of some kind. It could be a divorce. But in some way, they experienced a relationship loss that really, really affected them. And I'm getting that they feel all this love for you. They do. They feel this affection and this attraction to you and this attachment to you. But they are somehow aware that you may or may not feel exactly the same way, that you may or may not want the exact same things. And they don't want to put themselves in a position to break their own heart or for you to break their heart. They would rather take it slow and be cautious than to move too quickly and have things go wrong. Okay? But primarily because they're worried about something with you, not so much their own feelings, because they feel very, very strongly about you. I am getting that in a big way. Okay, so let's look at your tarot cards. Your first two cards, we have the Nine of Wands in reverse paired with the Four of Wands reversed. Again, I'm getting this message of a previous heartbreak, a previous breakup. Again, it could be grief, it could be loss if they lost a spouse or, a relationship in some really difficult way. It still shakes them up in a lot of ways. It still shakes them up. They still think about it. Um, they're not in the deep of it right now. I feel like they have in some way moved past the situation, and yet it's still kind of there. And it has them feeling very vulnerable when it comes to you because they feel a similar attachment to you. They feel very, very strong. There's a lot of love coming through. There's a lot of affection, a lot of wanting to be with you in a bigger way. But they feel very vulnerable because they don't want to be hurt and they don't want to hurt you. And so if you are here wondering, do they even want this? You're wondering because they have this hesitation. The hesitation has nothing to do with how they feel about you, but they have some worries about what you want, how you feel, how you see the future going, and whether or not it can work out without either or both of you getting hurt. All right, so next we have the Chariot with the Seven of Wands reversed. They do want to move forward with you. Whatever the next step is for you in your relationship, they want this. They do want this. They want to move forward. They want to take things to the next level. There's something they want, but they don't want to do it without you. And that's an interesting message to get. So you'll have to only take it if it resonates. But I am getting that specific message. They want to move forward in some way, but they don't want to do it without you. So there may be, for some of you, this message of wanting to move house wanting to move location, wanting to do something that takes them a bit out of their comfort zone, but it's something they want to do with you. They don't want to do it without you. I know that won't be for everyone. So if that's not for you, just ignore it. Just trust that it's meant for somebody else who's watching. But they do want to move forward with your relationship. They do not have eyes for anyone else but you. But again, I'm getting this cautious energy. I'm getting something else here, so bear with me one sec. There is this slight message of, again, it's this concern that you won't be around for the long term. It's not that they don't want you to be. There is a concern here that you will move on without them. That you will move on to something else, somewhere else, to someone else, move on without them. They're feeling very vulnerable again, and a bit protective of their own energy. That's the truth. All right, so then we have the Hermit with Judgment reversed. You know, I'm strongly getting that they are looking toward the future with one eye on the past. Their experience is weighing heavily on them. With this Hermit card, they have some experience that is still heavy on their shoulders, this loss that they really don't want to experience again in any way. And it's almost this energy of should they avoid the situation altogether to avoid future pain. Now, with the Judgment reversed, it's kind of like they're missing the plot here. They're missing something. They want to be with you. They're afraid for the future, but no one can predict, right? No one can predict exactly what's going to happen in a relationship. There's no way to be certain that your person won't get hurt, or that you won't get hurt, or that something won't happen that tears you apart down the road. There's no guarantees. And your person is sort of missing that piece of information. They're more worried about the what ifs rather than embracing what's exactly in front of them, and being willing to kind of rise up and take a chance. Okay? It's fear. It really comes down to fear. All right, so let's talk about your oracle cards. The first one says lightning, sudden change, shocking news, surprise, epiphany, upheaval, transformation. I do get strongly that your person has changed a lot since they met you. They've become a different person than they used to be in the past. Whenever this other relationship happened, they were a different man or woman then than they are now. And sometimes they're even surprised by how much they have changed. I'm also getting here that a lot of this change happened because of you. It's like you showed up in their life, kind of like a stroke of lightning, and you changed their life in a big way. And they don't take that for granted. You really made a significant difference to their life, to who they are. All right, so then we have the Boat, and it says receiving what you need, progression, arriving, moving on, and closure issues. The person definitely has some closure issues with a past relationship. They haven't fully put it behind them, but I am getting that there is, again, this energy of wanting to move forward. Not move on, but move forward with you, progressing your relationship. Right. So let's get some additional cards here and see what's going on. First card is, every time my phone rings, I hope it's you. Absolutely. I'm getting strongly that you are their whole world in some way. I want to apologize. I need your forgiveness. They carry around this, it's like every time you fight, every time you get in an argument, every time something goes wrong, they carry that around with them in the form of guilt, in the form of shame. They really kind of beat themselves up a bit for every little thing because they're so careful and cautious when it comes to your relationship. They're so afraid of messing it up, of doing the wrong thing and scaring you away. I'm caught up in a karmic relationship. Your person definitely feels like the two of you met for a reason. There's no mistaking that. They definitely have this strong attachment. You changed them when you met. They're a different person now than they used to be. And they feel very, very attached. It feels like soulmate energy. It feels like twin flame energy. I need to tell you the truth. They are keeping some of this to themselves, some of their hesitancy. It's like they want to tell you what they want for your future, what they want for your relationship, but they're keeping a lot of it to themselves because they're feeling a bit vulnerable, a bit afraid. I'm ready for a commitment. They absolutely are. They really are ready. And I will say this is what I'm receiving right now is they're ready, and the hesitancy is coming from an awareness of how you feel or how you don't feel, or any hesitancy that might be in your energy. They're aware of it on some level. So if this is something you want, share it with them. Share it with them. Don't be afraid to. If it's something you don't want, consider, whether that might change in the future. um, I, I would have a frank and honest conversation with them. Okay. I knew you were the one when I met you. Absolutely. Again, karmic relationship, soulmate energy. I've been working on myself and not the same as I was before. Didn't we say exactly the same thing? They're not the same person they were before. Absolutely not. They have been working on themselves, but something about you has inspired that change, and they're very aware of that. I wish you were here with me. They really do want you in their life at every minute of every day. Um, wherever you two are in your relationship, they absolutely want more. They really do. Whether you two are on the same page, I don't know because I'm not looking at your energy. You'll have to decide that for yourself. But hopefully, you can see that this is something they want. They're not, any hesitant feelings you're getting from them is not because they're not sure about wanting to be with you or wanting to go to the next level with you. Their hesitancy has to do with whether you want them in the same way, whether it will work. They're feeling some resistance in your energy. So it might just be in their head, might be their imagination, it might be real. You'll have to think about that. You'll have to consider how you feel and go from there. But at least now you have a sense of how they feel and what's going on in their head. Okay. All right, group one. I hope that helps. I hope it gives you a little bit of insight and helps you move forward with the next step in your relationship. Thank you so much for being here, y'all. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey, group two. Okay, so today we're going to take a look at your person, look at your relationship. We're going to see how your person feels about you right now, and as well as about how they feel about your relationship. So let's start by getting some tarot down. Also got some oracle cards as well. Your first card is the Devil. The Nine of Swords. The Three of Wands. Get some additional tarot down. Page of Pentacles. Six of Wands. And the Knight of Wands in reverse. Okay, and let's get a couple oracle cards down for you. All right, your first card is addiction. Interesting, as the Devil came up here. We have addiction, codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, and restraint. And then not today, not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, a call, a person, boundaries, and still angry. Interesting. Some very, very different energy here from the other group. All right, give me just a sec. I just want to take these cards in and get some initial messages for you, and then we'll talk about all the cards and what's going on here. In the meantime, I'd like to mention quickly that if you would like a personal reading, one that's just about you, about your situation, your relationship, whatever it may be, you can check my website, pink22tarot.com, and see what's available there. Otherwise, I hope this reading gives you what you need. I hope it brings you the guidance, the insight, the advice you need to help you with your relationship and to help you understand your person better. If so, please consider giving the video a thumbs up. Consider dropping me a comment, subscribing if you haven't. Any way that you interact with the channel helps me know that our energies are connecting and that what I'm doing here is worthwhile. Okay, so thank you for that. All right, now give me just a sec while I listen for some initial messages. Okay, the first thing I'm hearing is that your person is aware that your connection at times can be a bit toxic. It's like you bring out the best in each other, but you also bring out the very worst in each other. There's this clash of energy that you are so passionately and kind of organically drawn to each other. You're so attached to each other that it feels like magic. That really is what I'm getting. It feels like magic. It feels like something you can't live without, like breathing. But at the same time, there's this energy of not, your person doesn't know what to do with this attachment. There is a bit of concern here of whether you're good for each other or not, because they're so very drawn to you. I feel like they can't give you up. It feels that addictive. But at the same time, they do wonder sometimes whether they are good for you. And possibly even that whether you are good for them, whether you're not instigating things in each other that, again, sometimes brings out the worst in each other. On the flip side, I'm also getting very much that you bring out the best in each other. So that makes it even harder for them to kind of understand the connection that you're in. Okay. So let's look at the cards. First card is the Devil, and that's paired with the Page of Pentacles. I'm getting that they wanted to be with you from the minute you met. It was like this instant attraction, instant connection, kind of like stars colliding. And it felt so intense and it felt so real that they couldn't shake it, that they couldn't shake it. As time goes on, I'm getting that they sometimes wonder if they didn't misread the signals in the beginning. So something must have happened early on. Maybe there was a red flag. Maybe there was something that was said or done that they sometimes wonder now that should they have paid attention to this and maybe not gotten involved because there was something that maybe it triggered an argument early on, or maybe there were some walls up early on. There's something there that they look back on and go, oh, maybe I should have paid attention to that. They're not sure. It's not a confirmed thing. It's just kind of this niggling feeling that they get every now and again. All right, so then we have the Nine of Swords and the Six of Wands. They think about you all the time. They think about your connection. They think about your relationship. They do worry. They're kind of their own worst enemy here because they're worried you'll leave. They also don't know what to do with your relationship when you're there. It's so intense. I am getting this intensity, at least from their point of view, although I strongly feel like if this is your reading, you probably feel that to some extent as well. They do want your relationship to work. With the Six of Wands, they want the best for you both. But I'm also getting, now whether they would put it in these words or not, doesn't matter, but I'm getting that they want some kind of healing for the two of you. Your person doesn't want to fight with you. Your person does not want to have these negative emotions or these negative actions, whatever it is that goes on between you that is sometimes a little bit toxic. They don't want that. They want to heal that. They want to improve it. They want things to be beautiful and perfect. I really am getting the word perfect. They want it to be wonderful all the time, which is not realistic, right? No relationship is wonderful all the time, but they worry a lot. They're thinking about this all the time. They're thinking about you all the time. It's like you're constantly coursing through their blood, coursing through their energy. They do have a bit of a hard time shaking their thoughts about you. Right, so then we have the Three of Wands with the Knight of Wands in reverse. They do think about you and the future. They're wanting to be with you in the future. They want things to go to that next level, to go further, for there to be a commitment. But right now they're kind of watching and waiting. They're letting things play out because they don't know. They don't know. The truth is they don't know if you two are right for each other, because there is this intensity that is hot and cold, good and bad. But they're not going anywhere. With the Knight of Wands reversed, they don't have their eye on anyone else. They don't have a wandering eye whatsoever, or even wandering thoughts. They're fully engrossed in you all the time. All right. So your first oracle card, Addiction, it fits right in with how they're feeling. Codependent, obsession, possession, controlling, has a block, restraint. They feel like they can't lose you to the point where it becomes a fear. It becomes a bit overwhelming. They have a lot of fear and there's a lot of overthinking. They want this to work out, but they also recognize that there's some behaviors between the two of you that are not always healthy. All right. So then we have not today, not dealing, hurt, avoiding a conversation, to call a person, boundaries, and still angry. They're definitely not dealing with this energy properly. What they really should do and need to do is to have a frank and honest conversation with you. But I feel like they're keeping a lot of this to themselves. They're not sharing it with you. there is this fear there that if they say how they're feeling, if they share their fears, their hesitations, that you will run away, that you'll disappear. I don't know if you would or not. Only you can say that for yourself. But um, they're in this really. They're very attached. They are a bit codependent. I'm getting this strong codependent energy. It's this need. It's this. It's more than a want. It's an attachment that is borders on unhealthy. It doesn't mean that that can't be healed. I feel strongly like if a very frank and honest conversation occurred between the two of you, that some of these fears would be alleviated. And as the fears dissipate, the addiction, the codependency, the obsession starts to dissipate. Your person feels safer once you have a conversation about this. But getting them to do that is a different story because there is some fear here of what will happen if they share how they're feeling. All right, let's get some more cards now. We're meant to be together. I will wait as long as it takes for a shot with you. Yet I definitely feel like they have this forever energy in them. That doesn't mean that you're meant to be together forever, but it's like this reluctance to let go, this reluctance to walk away or even to pull back at all. There we go. I can't let you go. It's exactly what we just said. They can't let you go. I want a future with you. They absolutely do. You know, with the Three of Wands, they absolutely want a future with you, but they want it to be a happy future. And so they're feeling very torn. I definitely get that they're feeling torn. But there's a strong attachment here. I'm holding on to the memories of us. Yeah, with the Nine of Swords as well. They think about you all the time. Every memory, every conversation, every fight, every good or bad, positive or negative thing, they replay it in their mind over and over again. They really need to get some of this out. It's too much interior to them. It's too much inside of them. They need to get some of this out, and then they won't obsess quite so much. I can't go another day without you. Again, that addictive kind of energy. I am getting for some of you that you may not be together right now. You may not be together, and so the attachment, the fear, the wondering and the wanting is even stronger. I'm afraid of commitment. There is this, I want to be with you forever, but I don't want to do the wrong thing. It's this push and pull, this tug of war that they're having with their own thoughts, their own heart, their own mind. I'm also getting that this may be you, that you may be afraid of commitment. If this is a twin flame kind of relationship, you may be the runner right now, if you're familiar with that. The chaser and the runner. I'm getting strongly that you probably are the runner. If that's your situation, only take that if it resonates with you. I hate seeing you with them. Does your person get jealous of you and your friends? I don't know why that popped in my head, but I don't feel a jealousy that they think you are with someone else, unless that happens to be your situation. But I instantly got this picture of you with your friends and the carefree way you interact with them, the ease you have with them. It brings out a different kind of jealousy in them. They kind of want all your attention, all your love. I want to make you happy. I miss your smile. Again, some of you are definitely not together at the moment. Your person does want to make you happy. They do care about you. It's a little bit unhealthy. I got to be honest. It is a little bit unhealthy, but if the love between you is mutual, I want you to know you can work on it. You can heal what isn't healthy. You can't heal it by ignoring it. You can't heal it by pretending it's not there. But it's possible that you can have conversations, actively work on it together. And then I sabotaged our connection because it was too intense. Now, that energy can go for them. It can also go for you. You'll have to take that as it resonates for you and your situation. But it's a very intense relationship, very, very intense. And I do feel like at times your person feels like they are sabotaging things, that they are making things worse, making it harder to be together. So, it's a tricky energy here, group 2. You have to really go within and ask yourself the difficult questions. Is this someone I want a future with? Is this someone I feel strongly enough about that I'm willing to do the work to heal this codependency, this addiction? Because it's right now it's not in a healthy place for your person. It doesn't mean that the love's not there. I do feel the love is there, but something needs to be healed in order for it to be healthy. Okay. All right, group 2. I hope that helps. I hope it gives you a little bit of insight into what's going on with your person. Thank you so much for being here, y'all. Have a great day. Bye-bye. Hey, group 3. All right, today we're going to take a look at your person, see how they're feeling about you, about your relationship, kind of get inside their head a little bit. Okay. Start with some tarot cards, and I've got some oracle cards as well. The first card is the Four of Swords reversed. The Two of Cups. All right, sorry, we're trying to read upside down here. Oh, sorry, the Page of Swords. A little bit different deck, and I'm reading upside down. Page of Swords in reverse. Get a few more cards here. The Ace of Wands in reverse. The Lovers reversed. And the Page of Wands. All right, let's get a couple oracle cards down. All right, your first card is the Hammer, and it says sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, and working on it. And then stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, and shocking attack. All right. Well, some very interesting energy here for sure. Give me just a minute. I just want to take these cards in and listen for some initial messages for you, and then we'll talk about what's going on here and how your person is feeling. In the meantime, if you're thinking you would like a personal reading, one that's just about you and your relationship, your situation, whatever it may be, you can check my website, pink22tarot.com, and see what I have available there. I do personal readings. Otherwise, I hope this reading gives you what you need. I hope it brings you messages. I hope it gives you guidance and insight that are helpful to you. If so, please consider giving it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. Drop a comment down below if you'd like to. Subscribe if you haven't. Whatever way you feel called to engage, I hope you'll do it. It helps my channel, of course, but it also helps me know that our energies are connecting and that the work I'm doing here is worthwhile. So I'm really grateful for that. All right, now give me just a sec, y'all, while I stop and listen for some messages for you. Hold on one sec. Okay, the first thing I'm hearing is that if this reading is for you, this relationship has been a bit on and on again, off again kind of situation where you're together, then you're apart. You're together and you're apart in some way. Maybe you break up. You go together, you break up, and you've gone back together and gone back to them. Or it could be a physical situation where you're together physically and then one or the other of you leaves and goes to a different location. But I am getting this on again, off again sort of energy. Give me just a minute. I want to listen a little bit more. Okay, I'm getting, now this isn't what your person is thinking or doing necessarily. I'm actually getting it about you. So take this if it resonates. That you wonder sometimes or you worry sometimes whether your person is being faithful, if you can trust them. Now, if that doesn't make sense for you, just discard it. It's meant for somebody watching. But I did get that message that there is a worry of whether or not your person is faithful. Now, it could be that the table is turned and they're worried about whether you are faithful. But what I specifically heard is you. So, again, just take that if it resonates with you. But definitely there is a little bit of a trust issue between the two of you. Okay. All right. So let's look at the cards. We have the Four of Swords reversed and the Ace of Wands reversed. Just a sec. I just want to hear. Again, I'm getting this on again, off again energy. It's like you're together and you're not. You're together and you're not. And in some way, this has sort of drained your person. It has drained them of their energy. It may have been draining for you as well. But it's like every time you part ways, it's like they lose a little piece of themselves. They do. And there's this regular worry that it's going to happen again. So whether you're together now or you're not, because I feel like some of you may be separated at the moment, not all of you, but there is this worry that something may happen to pull you apart again. And there is this worry there. It's like, do I put myself in that position again? So we have the Two of Cups and then the Lovers reversed. They definitely have feelings for you. They definitely love you. They care about you. They feel connected to you. You bring happiness to them. You make them happy. There's this feeling of safety with you, even though they worry that you might leave, even though they worry, they do worry about your connection in some way. But there is this sense, if you can see the photo, there's this sense of when you're together, they feel whole. But with the Lovers reversed, again, there's this message of you're not always together. And they're worried about the loss of you again. So whether that's you come and go physically or you break up and get back together, it feels like there's a bit of a lack of commitment here. I don't get that they want a lack of commitment. I feel like they actually want more commitment from you. but they're not getting it. Whether it's because it's not possible or because the situation is too volatile, is too precarious for it to actually be a thing. All right, so then we have the Page of Swords reversed and the Page of Wands. There's definitely this fear that someone is not telling the truth. Now, they may be keeping some lies to themselves, but I feel it more so that they are worried you are not being honest, that maybe they think you're not being faithful. And again, you may have those same worries about them not being faithful. I do get that they, in a sense, spy on you. They may be watching what you do online. They may be, looking at photos of you with other people, seeing what you're doing. They're doing something here that they're not telling you. I don't feel like it doesn't feel incredibly negative. It just feels like they watch you. Hold on one sec. I'm also getting this message about silence. There's something that's not being said between the two of you. And it may be that you're not talking about commitment. It may be that you're not talking about what has happened in the past. Like you're moving past it and kind of closing that door, but not fully resolving the situation. I am getting that they want to move forward with you. They feel energized when they're with you. They feel safe when they're with you. It's just when you're apart that they really, they kind of disintegrate a bit. It's the truth. Okay. All right. So the Hammer, sabotage, rebuilding, interrogation, repetitive, persistent, working on it. I'm definitely getting this repetitive energy of coming and going, coming and going. It's like you have something and then it's gone and then you have to rebuild it. It feels a bit exhausting on their part. Like it does take something out of them every time it happens. But at the same time, they want to be with you. Okay, so stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation. That separation word is jumping right off of the card. Deception, shocking attack. The deception word, the deception word is also coming to me as being significant. I don't really feel that either of you is being deceptive. I feel like there is a worry about being deceptive. You may be worrying they're not telling you something. They may be worrying you are not telling them something. There is a bit of a lack of trust here. And it could be on both sides. It really could. Because there is this energy from your person of wanting more, but there's this big but. Is it real? Is it right? Am I just opening the door to more pain? I'm getting this energy of, how many more times can I do this? I'm ready for commitment. They do want to be with you, but I am getting a hesitation just the same. I feel like if the two of you, in their mind, the two of you had a commitment, it would take this huge weight off of their shoulders. Because there's this constant worry that you're going to leave again. Right. I want to apologize. I need your forgiveness. They do feel like they may be partially to blame, if not wholly to blame, depending on your situation, or why things haven't worked out in the past, why things aren't more permanent between the two of you. Can't let you go. They don't want to let you go. That's the truth. Your energy is intoxicating and it's pulling me in, right? Didn't I just say, you energize them. You do energize them. When you're together, they're kind of a different person. They feel differently, and it is a bit intoxicating. They feel very good when the two of you are together. I'm caught up in a karmic relationship. It does feel very much like a karmic relationship. Karmic relationship doesn't mean that it's meant to be, that it's meant to, I'm going to say that again. A karmic relationship doesn't mean that it's meant to last. It means that there's something the two of you are meant to work through. You know, you're meant to help each other with something. You deserve better than them. There is this wonder if you're, whether or not you're meant to be. You may be feeling that. They may be feeling it. You both may be. I feel like there's not a lot of honest conversation happening, at least on one side of this relationship, if not both. I want to treat you the way you deserve. I've been working on myself, and I'm not the same as I was before. I do feel like they are trying to work on themselves, but it is, they beat themselves up a lot. They really do. They worry a lot. They get a little bit, they, where they're overthinking too much. Again, and this was a similar energy to group 2 in that I feel this sense that something needs to be talked about, something needs to be healed here. If you haven't talked about, you know, what's gone on in the past, you know, maybe you just wanted to just move forward and not get into it. It needs to be put out on the table and discussed if you want this relationship to blossom, to become healthy and positive and long lasting. I have been working on myself. You both, I believe, are working on yourselves. I do that. I do believe that. I feel like every time you're apart, you both work on yourselves a little bit more, and you're becoming more self-sufficient every time you're apart. But your person, even though they're becoming better, they obsess a little bit. I've been watching your socials and admiring your pictures. We did mention that before. They do, I do get the sense that they watch, they want to know what's going on with you when you're not together. There's a little bit of worry about dishonesty, a little bit of a lack of trust, and I think it's coming from a lack of communication. There's something that needs to be talked about. There's some honesty that needs to be shared on both sides if you want this relationship to become something. Now, maybe you don't. You know, maybe this is someone that you've been on again and off again with. Maybe this is just helping you realize time to move on. And that's okay too. But if you're feeling like you do want to give them a chance, you do want this to work, there needs to be some honest conversation happening. There really does. Because what's going on behind the scenes is a bit of a lack of trust, a bit of overthinking, a bit of a worry and hurt. And that doesn't help a relationship grow and blossom at all. So kind of give that some thought for yourself. You have free will. You can decide what you want, as far as whether you want to be with this person or not. But hopefully this is showing you that there's some difficult energy going on with them that needs to be released. There needs to be some healing here, and there may be some healing that needs to happen on your side as well. Okay? All right, group 3, I hope that helps. I hope it gives you a little bit of what you've needed to hear, what you need to know. Thank you so much for being here, y'all, and have a great day. Bye-bye.